we just checked out that section there, and I bypassed this little area here. It was on the left on the way in, and doesn't appear to go anywhere. There's some ventilation pipe back here, and maybe there's water coming out of that at one time, and they made a little funnel for it there. Okay, that's the other elevated drift we just checked out. And looking ahead here, we've got another junction. You see something's going off to the left there, and a nice looking rail running off to the right. So we'll go to the right, following the right hand rule. Oh, I see some cool stuff up here. There's some graffiti here, which is pretty cool. But there's also papers and stuff and cigarette packs, all kinds of interesting stuff all over the ground.
A metal battery container.
Campbell's soup, chicken soup, matches, and it looks like a big wind station here. Ooh, look at the Jim Beam. That's pretty cool.
Root beer.
Oh, there's even more back. Oh man, look at this, you guys.
Oh wow.
This is fun.
Oh yeah.
This is fun.
It's on a giant false floor.
You didn't need to point all that out. But he's right. We are indeed on a false floor. Poison. Acid electrolyte. Oh man, this is fun. This is the kind of stuff you love to see in the abandoned mines. Look, they even have a little, there's a grill, right?
Yeah, a hot plate.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Thing on prevention of accidents and the use of explosives. And that is, let's see the date.
Yeah.
64.
64, nice. And behind this, I bet that's that other drift that we were, that we bypassed. But we'll confirm that, of course. But wow, I'm still taking all this in. Anything under there?
Yeah.
Ah, little cubby holes.
All sorts of stuff. Yeah. Early times, Kentucky Straight.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
With a metal ever-ready battery can, it's pretty interesting. Metal's not the best can to use for batteries. It's probably older.
Yeah, got your Copenhagen right here. Empty. Diamond safety matches. Got your Virginia Slims. Obviously, miners spent a fair amount of time back here. Little broom right there. Got the jug right here, and I missed this on the way in, but it says valve chest screws long. Backside of the Jim Beam. There's just so much stuff here. Here's 1955 date. Gotta love it. So there's a manway dropping down here. See the series of platforms. It drops down there. And the skip car would come up here on these wooden rails here. See, drops way down there. That, man, that goes, I'm trying to shine my light all the way down there. It's not cutting it. Way down there. And here's looking up. You see the grease and such they had here. And, I mean, there would have been a hoist up there somewhere. Yeah, actually, not the hoist, but the cable for the hoist would have pulled the skip car up and then flipped it over into an ore bin right there. Here's some of the support work for this. Absolutely huge, huge timber right here. Support timbers. Big ore chute right there. That may actually drain the bin, or not drain, but empty the bin next to me here. Oh, actually, no, it would be this one and this one. So these are draining the ore that came from below and got flipped up into there. Lots of stuff back here. Shell. There you go. Again, these are both plugged with ore. So I'm underneath the overloaded ore bin right now, but it seems pretty solid to me. So I'm not going to sweat that. Over here is an important message for us. It's a pretty big ore chute here that runs up there. Obviously a stope up there. You can see there's a manway that runs up on the right, or a ladder that runs up here, and it looks like it connects to a tool skip right there, but I don't see any ladder or anything after that. I got some platforms on the side here, which is pretty cool. That's a big boulder that came down. And drift keeps running around back that way. Before going down that drift, I wanted to take a closer look at this stuff, make sure I didn't miss anything, because I also hadn't been down here yet. I always find, not always, I often find miners spelling funny. For some reason, they always spell no smoking incorrectly. Got some big batteries down here. That's my my boot next to it. You see how big that ever-ready battery is. And a bunch of trash tossed back here. Somebody's shirt. Maybe Linda's. A lot of Campbell soup cans back here. I guess whatever miner was working the hoist here had a lunch of Campbell soup fairly often. Bunch of boards tossed back here. Blue Cross sterilized wipers. Well, I guess you never know when you might need a sterilized wiper. Just in case you didn't notice earlier, when I was talking about this section, I didn't mention the fact that you can see the grease along here, because the hoist would have been up there. You can actually see the scar in the wood where the cable bit in right there, and also up there. See those notches? That's where the cable for the hoist was biting into the wood. So, pretty cool. And then now we've got this drift here on the left to go and investigate. Alright, carrying on. Drift that was off to the left. Got another beefy ore chute right here. Plugged. Lots of support timber right there. Bunch of rocks that probably didn't feel like hauling out. Stashed right there. Another drift running off to the right. Ore chute. The rail ends up back over there. We probably would get to that if we went the other way. But since we're following the right-hand rule, we're going to check out this series of ore chutes. Look at the size of the boulders plugging this one up. Man, you would not want one of those to fall on you. That is for sure. Another ore chute up here. Big platform up there. That looks like a section that caved in front of us and blasted out these ore chutes. Check that out. That is no good. Oh yeah, looks like this failed right here. Ooh, that bat got pretty intimate with me just then. Alright, we just came from there, and the reason I stopped is because I wanted to get the big boy light out to show you the incredible extent of the stoping in here. That is at least 100 feet up and more in that section. That is just wild how much they took out of here. The stoping is just immense. You see some stoles right there, lots of stoles. That is crazy. And then of course this material here right in front of me, it came down from the stope over time. What I'm standing on came down from the stope over time. That is wild. I wish you guys could be here in person because it's just, I don't know if it's coming across on camera how immense this stope is. But it is huge. And then, let's see, looking ahead, there's a drift off to the right. My buddies are checking out. I got my light out, and it also keeps running ahead. I was just standing there shooting a moment ago. You can see where the rocks that came down smashed the timber set that was there. The drift going off to the right here just hits a face right there and stops. But right in front of me here is something pretty cool. This looks like, it's made out of wood, but it looks like a shipping, looks like something was shipped in it because it says Ingersoll Rand Company on the side. So I'm sure there were machine parts getting shipped in this, which is pretty awesome. Another ore chute right here, which you probably recall from what I was just shooting a moment ago. Whole series of ore chutes run along here. Got the barrel right there. Something running back this way. But I'm gonna stick to the right-hand rule. Just notice the writing in the dust. Right there. And see some of the rock smashed through the bottom of the ore chute there. But the rest of it just drops straight down from the stope above. It's actually pretty amazing how much abuse these ore chutes take. And they still stand. Ore chutes all along here. Lots of ore chutes. All servicing that stope above us, obviously. A false floor right here.
Alright, you ready?
Okay, we're gonna do the rock test. Give me a second.
Make sure I don't knock off the wood that you get across.
Yeah, thanks.
Shall we win?
Ready. Yeah, it went a good way.
Yes, now that you know that, come on across.
It says danger right there. So yeah, there's a false floor here, as I was starting to say. I'm just not going to fall down it. How about that? Awesome stope. Continues here. Up there, runs above us. We'll get a better look at that in just a moment. Anything to the left over there?
This is a face and a bat.
Alright, so there's a bunch of wood piled up here. That's an old dynamite box, or part of one. And my buddy just said there's a face and a bat right there. I'm taking him at his word. Face right there. And a pocket they cleared out here. But that would appear to be it. So, as I said, I'd take a closer look up those stopes. These stoles above us are pretty awesome. See the stoles running all the way up there, almost like a ladder, giant ladder, and all through there. And then that connects up there with that larger stope section. See all the stoles through here. Starting to take a little bit of abuse. As you can see, the miners would have walked on those platforms there, which is pretty awesome. And that extends over here. And see there, that network of stoles right there. That's pretty cool. And more ore chutes. Gobbing right here. I keep saying gobbing, and that's a reference to the stacked rocks, for those of you that don't know. This is kind of funny, this ore chute is just sort of isolated here. Normally you've got the wood sort of as a funnel to funnel the ore down into it, but not here. So I guess they took it out, or you just have to be a really good aim with the ore you're dropping down. Man, a lot of ore chutes here. Another ore chute. Oh, that's really cool. Looking straight up there. I would call that an ore pass right there. So this is the stope, extends back that way. And then they would have pushed the ore aside and just dumped it down here. So that's pretty cool. Here's some of what they were pushing down. The drift keeps running ahead. Pocket they cleared out here. And pocket they cleared out there. And looking ahead. What do you guys see?
Winds.
Oh, winds.
This rock is really crumbly, and I don't know how far that whole floor extends into this rock ground fall.
Probably right where we're standing.
Yeah.
We just came from there, and I turned the camera off to scramble over this false floor here, which is pretty loaded with rock and is undercut all the way back there. You can see there's a winds dropping down here. Pretty cool to see those stoles lining all the way down. That's pretty awesome. And drift just keeps running ahead here in front of us. $300 from Wagner. Still wrapping our way through. Another ore chute here. Got a winds.
Ooh, look at those cans up there.
There's like a dual compartment here. That's a steep one. That just dropped straight down. Looks like there may have been something taken off down there at one time, but that's filled in. So that dark space is maybe like a foot off the ground, so I don't think anybody's doing anything with that now. Oh, I missed him throwing a rock down there, but just stopped right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dual compartments though. This seems older. See how worn the wood is here. There are the wooden rails for the skip car, which would run up there. Let me go on the other side and get a better view. I was standing over there before and came over here to get a better view of this, where the skip would run up into dumping into the ore bin right there. And that chute right there is what would empty that ore bin. There's a little mini drift behind me. My buddy's checking out. Just end right there?
Yeah.
Just ends right there. But you got a couple cool cans right here. You've got Cosmos sugar peas, Springfield cut spring beans, and spinach. So the miners definitely had a healthy diet. Commend them for that. Yeah, that's it. And then there's that drift extending off to the left here. Does it go anywhere?
Yeah, it keeps going.
Okay, cool. Keeps going. Got a little mini ladder right there. And he's right. The drift does keep going. Whole crisscross of veins right there. Looks like quartz because it's pretty crystally. And oh wow, more ore chutes. Wow, what a shock. No, ore shorts are cool. I'm not being mean. These are older. You see, it's got like those are trees they cut down outside and just hauled in here. That's not milled. So older ore chute, older. These do seem like older workings actually. Based on that winds we saw back there too. Oh yeah, that's caved with rotten wood. Keeps running that way. There's a drift here that just stops. And a bat. I don't want to harass the bat. Burlap bag right there. Bunch of core samples here on the ground. Scattered all over the place. Bat's gone, so I'm coming back here now to see if there's anything. This is the kind of paper you see packed in dynamite boxes. That's where that came from. Empty burlap sack. Looking back this way, it just stops right there. They tossed some rock back there.
Carbide can there?
Yeah, maybe a carbide can back there.
There's rail.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It looks like it ends here though.
Okay. Well, still kind of cool that there's rail. Anything back there?
It's just filled with ore.
Okay.
And
Cans just filled with ore. And the drift keeps going this way. There's more, it looks like ore on the ground right there. 500 from Wagner, so we're moving away from Wagner rather than toward Wagner. And head face right here. Cool.